These are the 2 rows, this right here with the black tarps. These are the 2 rows that I have rented at my community garden, and man, I haven't done much. I volunteer a few hours here already because that's what is required of us, but man, this spot about 2-3 weeks ago, it was so full of grass and weeds, the area where I needed to plant. And I came here and I put this landscape fabric to, you know, in hopes that it will help me combat the existing weeds over here. And I think that it did a really good job. What I am questioning now is that if I want to use the landscape fabric and just make holes on top of it to do planting. The soil is really nice here, really nice. So today I am just hoping to do this 1 row, mainly because I don't have the plants, I don't have the seedlings ready for the other row, and I think that I may have enough plants. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably don't have enough plants to do this row, but we're just going to get as far as we can get. I'm going to open the other side. All right, so I just made this decision. I am going to plant using the landscape fabric in this row. I do have irrigation. I do have a drip tape, which is new to me. I do have that for this space, and I am going to put that underneath the landscape fabric. However, I do have a torch for making the holes on the landscape fabric so it doesn't fray when I try to make the cuts. And what I'm thinking is that before I even plant the irrigation underneath it, I am going to make the holes, because the last thing that I want is to burn that drip tape when I'm making the holes. So I am going to see how many plants I have. The spot looks great. I thought I was gonna have to do a lot of weeding today, but that's not the case. I do have all the plants in my car. I put everything, tools, plants, all the things that I thought that I needed, they're in my car. Because of the community garden, I have a couple of spaces. I have a couple of sheds back there. Well, we, the renters, have a couple of sheds back there where there's a bunch of tools that the renters are allowed to use. I don't really want to use their tools because if I break them, I'm going to have to replace them. So it's just easier for me to just fill my car with all of the tools that I think I'm going to need. But that's what I'm going to do. I am going to take my plants out. I am going to count how many I have, decide how far I'm going to space them. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do today. I got this thing from Amazon. It's a kitchen torch. If you make like creme brulee or any other thing, fancy thing that requires a kitchen torch, then you're already familiar with this. Not really sure how this works. But I also got a couple of refills. I'm not even sure that I'll have enough, but oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think that I am going to have some space. I'm going to leave some space for sunflowers. I think that I have plenty of space for everything that I want to do here. I think that I'm definitely going to do sunflowers here. I wasn't planning to, but I definitely think that I have plenty of space. To give you an idea, that's the east side. This is the west side. So the sun is going to go from that side to this side. And I am trying to get all the tall plants on the back, which sunflowers will be the tallest. So I'm going to have to start like halfway through here and kind of work my way towards this side. I going to have to reframe my landscape fabric because I think that I know my beds are not like 5 feet wide. I think that part of the landscape fabric is touching or is covering the mulch. So I'm going to frame my soil, my plantable space first, and then I'm going to make the holes for the plants that I have here. Okay, so I already reduced the landscape fabric to where I think that I am able to plant, and I sorted all the plants that I have here. I have a bunch of things that can be close together, can be planted close together. Some things could use more space, but I am going to be making it easier for myself, and I am going to be making small rows of 4. I am going to be planting 4 plants from one end to the other, and over here you can see where I have my dahlia seedlings. Those are all of the dahlias that I started from seed. They are ready. They're ready to be transplanted. I also have a bunch of cosmos. I am thinking that I am going to do another succession of cosmos, and I am going to plant that on the next row because I have a lot of space. I honestly have a lot of space here. And I also have some of that mahogany, splendor mahogany hibiscus, I think that's what it's called. I have 12 plants of those, so I am going to be making 3 rows here. I think they're going to be just fine. And I have a lot of Verbena bonariensis. I just kind of put the containers there to give me an idea how I want them placed. And over there at the end, I have some Sweet Annie that has seen better days. I almost did not plant it. I almost decided not to plant it, but I think that it deserves some space here, and hopefully bounce back. They are definitely needing to be moved into bigger containers, and they're going to use a lot of the extra space. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all right. Wish me luck, you guys. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wow. I think I opened this thing a little too much. I think it was a little too big. But you can see how this is sealing the holes so it doesn't fray. This stuff, this landscape fabric, is the woven stuff. So if I make a cut, which the last time that I helped here, I had been here already twice helping in the community garden. I was in charge of making the holes, and that thing, like, it was fraying everywhere. It was like just falling apart really easily. So I was thinking, as I was doing that, I need to figure out how to not do that on mine. So and I also don't need the holes too big, because these are the 6-pack size. So this thing is perfect. But I also have to contemplate, if it rains, I want to have the holes big enough so that the water can get in there. If I make a hole very, very small, because my plants or my seedlings are not too big, I am limiting myself to the amount of water they can get in here. And being woven, the landscape fabric, the water goes through it easily than being something that is just completely flat. So this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing the rest of the row here. I think I definitely opened a little too much of this, but you get the idea. There we go. like I need to get a little chair or something. It doesn't look like it's a lot of work, but my goodness. And today is not even that hot. I think right now it's about 65. And I mean, it's perfect. Not only it's perfect for making holes for working with fire outside, but it's just nice. It's comfortable, and the sun is in and out, so it's not extremely sunny. So I ordered all of this stuff for the irrigation for the community garden a while ago. I ordered them, I believe it was from the Drip Depot. I don't know. I think that I have plenty of stuff here. This is the tape. This is a tape that has the emitters. I believe it's every 6 inches. Like I said a while ago. And I got all of the things that I thought that I was going to need for this. I ordered some water pressure regulators, and I believe this is a filter to make sure that nothing goes on the pipes. I got all kinds of fittings. This video is not going to be about how you can do this. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that show you specifically how to put everything together. I am going to wing it because that's kind of how I do things. I watch plenty of things online. Yes, right here is my pressure regulator for the pipes. And there is water access here. I mean, thankfully there is water access here at the community garden, but we have to get the hoses out every time we wanna do something here. So I don't really like that idea. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to set up my irrigation, and I am going to water whenever I'm here, whenever I need to, but I don't need to be, you know, holding a hose every time that I'm here watering, losing that time. While the plants get water through the irrigation, I can be weeding, I can be harvesting, I can be doing other things here. So I don't really want to waste my time here just watering, hand watering. So now that I have the holes made right here, I am just going to unhook. I'm going to get all of my staples out from that side. I'm going to flip it over here, and I'm just going to lay my irrigation underneath it. As I am going here, I'm marking where, with staples, I'm marking where the lines need to run. I had to check how much of this drip line I had, because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough for 2 rows at three lines each, but I have 500 feet, so these are a little bit, the rows are slightly bigger than 50 feet long. I think 45-50. I have plenty to do three rows. All right, before I cover things up, you can see how the irrigation is working. I wanted to give it a run before I cover it, and I'm excited to see that everything is working the way that it's supposed to. To give you an idea, I have access to a hose over here in the middle aisle. That gray hose right there that you see is the community gardens. It's not mine. So people who have their own rows, when they want to water, they gotta go in the shed, grab the extra hose, and they gotta plug in that gray hose. So what I did is that I pretty much did my setup. I only did 1 row. I'm still waiting for the other row, obviously, but I got my pressure regulator, my filter, and I have the water going to both rows. And then whenever I'm ready to water, I just get here and I just hook up to the main hose, their hose, and I'm good to go. Now, some of you may be thinking that this is a lot of work, and it is, but in reality, I am saving me a ton of work having to weed this bed. Oops, I should be doing this the other way, facing the other way. All right, I have been here for 5 hours. It doesn't look like I have done much, but believe me, I set up the irrigation. The irrigation is running smoothly on this road. I am halfway done on the other one as far as irrigation goes, but there's still a lot to do here. I am done for today. I am going to be very, very sore. The plants are looking amazing. Even though I have irrigation here, I came with the community gardens hose and I spray everything. I don't really have the attachments for the hose, so it was just one strong shootout from their hose, and everything is looking really, really nice, you guys. I do have plans for the rest of these. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might start working on the other row, making the holes, setting up the irrigation, so that when my seedlings are ready, I can just come here and get those done. It is time for me to go home and have some food. I am out of water as well. So 5 hours working here, it's definitely plenty for me to do. Thank you for being here, you guys, and I will see you on the next time.